Hello, fellow people of the internet. It is I, Blako, and this is a retrospective on Thrones Rising. Yes, Thrones Rising, the same medieval Minecraft server that I made a video on 538 days ago, all the way back on October 8th of 2022. I talk enough in this video, so without further ado, let's get started. Thrones Rising was created by Nyx, or also known as Nixer, and a few of his close friends after the departure from another medieval Minecraft server. The corruption on that server served as an example of what they did not want on their own server, which helped them establish a loyal community. On October 8th, 2022, Thrones Rising was open to the public. On its first day, its Discord server hit 100 members, 30 plus consecutive players on the actual Minecraft server, and over 5 nations were created. The beginning was bright like a star, but even stars die out. On the 24th of December, just a few months after the opening of Thrones Rising, the server was hit by a chunk glitch. The entirety of spawn and even some nations were completely obliterated by this glitch. What made the situation even worse was that the server operated on command blocks, not plugins or mods. Those command blocks were stored under the spawn, which had been completely obliterated. As you may realize, this all took place during the holidays, which meant the admins and the owner himself were on vacation and could not even log on even if they wanted to. This left the entire server vulnerable to griefers and cheaters, which did not make the situation any better. It wasn't until January 4th of 2023 that most admins and Nyx, the owner, would return to help. However, many did not expect what was to come. Nyx would host a voice channel meeting on January 7th to address the things that occurred over the holidays and what was to come. However, it was not just that. On that day, Nyx would then reveal that a huge update would eventually occur, known as the Project X. On March 25th, a beta version of Project X was released, only for those who had been here since the launch of the server and decided to stick through everything. However, the beta did not provide much. At this point in time, the admin team had shrunk to absolutely 0 people, and the only person actually working on the server was the owner himself, Nyx. Of course, this meant that the server would take a while to actually release, and many more began to leave, slowly losing hope that this project would even be completed. The amount of delays that actually occurred to Project X was insane. Minecraft updates that broke the code were coming out like crazy. Yeah, remember that October 5th Bedrock update that corrupted lots of roads? They were still trying to fix it then, which delayed the server by a lot. Finally, on June 23rd of 2023, Thrones Rising's Project X released. With almost 500 Discord members, the release was a success, and many eventful things took place on that server. A completely new roleplay system was adapted, and the server was now crossplay. Oh, and did I mention that it felt more like a MMORPG than anything else? Thrones Rising had just made changes that impacted the path it was heading towards immensely. It was nothing like what these players had seen before. Eventually, the server reached a point in which it became difficult for Nyx to handle on his own. Between college and work, it just became difficult to be active when players needed him to be. So, he decided to rank up the only other person on the staff team, me. I became an admin on the server, and for the next few months, I was the only person on the team. Eventually, I became a full-time admin and even joined the build team, which I'll admit I was not very good at. On October 21st of 2023, Mub and Waffle joined the admin family. Slowly but surely, the staff team began to grow. Despite the amazing server Thrones Rising had become, Nyx believed that something better was achievable. A much more polished gameplay, a vast world players could explore and live in, and something that players would not get tired of easily. Simple enough, right? Actually, yes, much more simple. By this time, Thrones Rising had an actual staff team that could work on separate things. Unlike Project X, Project C had actual dedicated teams to its production, a development team for its plugins, textures and custom models, a build team for the creation of a vast world, tons of Discord staff to lead those who are new, and even its own lore team. Oh, and you can't forget the 840 plus community. They are the most important. And now, we've caught up to the present. Project C is only a few weeks from releasing, and matter of fact, the beta is set to release tomorrow, or at least as I'm writing this. It's been a long 538 days of Thrones Rising, but I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed the late night VCs with the staff, with Nyx, with the members themselves. And truly, I can't wait for the next decade, and to look back and tell myself, 538 was just the beginning.